my loves, not to sound all British, but this weather, we've had 5 days of sun and it's actually changed my life. You can't keep me in. I've been out on these streets on walks twice a day. One day I did 15,000 steps. And I've realised that nobody has a job in the UK when the sun's out. I'm looking around, I'm like, how are you out having an Aperol Spritz in the sun? And then I'm looking at myself and I'm like, how am I out? It's like the sun is out and we have to make the most of it. And that is the one good thing I would say about British weather and it being so shit, is that universally, when we have a good week of weather, everyone celebrates it, everyone's in a better mood, and everyone's like, do you know what? Take the afternoon, go and do what you need to do and have a drink at 2 p.m. Like, everything is justified when the sun's out. And if it was sunny all the time, we probably wouldn't get there. So that's a little pause for thought this week. Right, I'm going to go straight into a story. My husband cheated on me postpartum. How do I get over it? Oh my God, postpartum. The whole cheating around pregnancies and births. I struggle, I'll be honest. I struggle to find any forgiveness with that, but let's see. Okay, long story short, my husband cheated on me for 3 weeks straight without me knowing. At the time, our daughter was around 2 months old. We've been together for 5 years. He did the worst of cheating. He had sex with her, but not only that, he gained real feelings for her. Well, hang on, 3 weeks straight? How are you cheating on somebody for 3 weeks and having feelings there? I feel like there must have been a bit of an emotional affair beforehand. Because to have feelings for somebody when you're in a 5-year relationship, to have feelings for somebody else after 3 weeks, that doesn't seem right, does it? After I found out, my husband wanted to work things out and stop talking to the other girl. I obviously want to keep my family together and hope to work through it, so we agreed to do marriage counselling. Okay, that's good. He said he cheated on me because of the psychotic meltdowns I've had through my pregnancy, and he said he couldn't handle it. He said he lost emotional connection with me after our daughter was born. Firstly, anything to do with pregnancy and postpartum, that's a very real thing, like psychosis, obviously postpartum depression. You have complete lack of sleep when the baby is born, and for the mother probably in the run-up as well, because I'm not imagining when you're 9 months pregnant that you're sleeping very well through the night, you know. So obviously lack of sleep comes into it. It's a very, very real thing. And when you marry somebody, as we've said before, when you marry somebody, you're in sickness and in health. So to say, oh, you're having these meltdowns, I can't handle them because you're growing a baby, and then that gives me reason to cheat. Oh, no, it's just not okay, is it? You can find it difficult. Obviously, it's going to be difficult. If your partner's having psychotic meltdowns, obviously it's going to take a toll on you. But not enough to just be like, oh, well, I'm actually just going to go and start to have an affair for 3 weeks. Okay, she said, now 2 months after his infidelity, we are still struggling. Well, that's because it's only been 2 months, by the way. 2 months is absolutely nothing. 2 months is no time. Usually when someone cheats and wants to be forgiven, they beg for it from you. They buy you gifts, try to please you, and do anything to make you satisfied. However, he's not like that. When I asked him for flowers, firstly, if you're asking a man for flowers, don't give them to me. If you've got to ask for the flowers, it's not worth it. Like, it's literally the breakup argument to Jennifer Aniston. I want you to want to wash the dishes. And Vince Vaughn just doesn't get it. And he's like, why would I want them? It's like, you meant to want to do it to help your partner. If you've got to ask for flowers, fuck that. I'm sorry. When I asked him for flowers, he said he'll buy it. He said he'll buy them when he feels like it. He doesn't want to feel forced. When I ask for a hug, if we're on the sofa, he'll say, I'm too comfortable where I am right now. There are other things, but because of his responses, I end up mentioning the past a lot and follow it up with insults. He ends up getting hurt and then makes himself closed off. He said he's scared to be himself with me, so he keeps his guard up to protect himself from getting hurt. Getting hurt with what? How are you getting hurt in all this? No, I think that's an excuse. Like, oh, I don't want to argue because it's hurting me. No, you just can't be bothered to face up to the consequences of what you've done. Last night, he said he just sees me as a friend, but he's trying to build that romance love he had for me in the past. I have to add, he's a really good person. not getting that yet. He provides for us financially, and I do trust that he won't do it again. Firstly, just because somebody provides for you financially doesn't make them a good person. That's one thing that they do, but it doesn't make them a good person. I'm just so hurt that he was able to cheat on me. I thought we had this rare type of love. I feel like we will be okay in our marriage as long as I'm okay and as long as I behave, which feels kind of unfair. But I notice when I'm super nice and good, he's more receptive. But I am adding this on because things just don't feel the same anymore. Things used to feel so loose and fun, but now we are both kind of awkward and scared of each other. I'm just so disappointed in us. And I keep on checking his phone. I feel like I literally can't be myself because he doesn't deserve that side of me. Do things get better? Will I eventually be myself around him? Also, how do I stop thinking about his co-worker who he had the affair with? I keep thinking about the betrayal and how he was able to pursue her with me and our daughter on the side. It hurts so much. Okay, firstly, I have to go back to, he said he just sees me as a friend. If your partner is saying that, believe him, and it's not up to you to change their mind. If you end up getting to that situation where you feel like your partner is a friend, is there any way to come back from that? I don't know. It gets trickier when obviously you're married and if you've got children. And then, rightfully so, people shouldn't give up so quickly then because you've made like a much bigger commitment to each other. But you also deserve to be happy and not be with somebody that looks at you as a friend and doesn't want to hug you. And look, I think affairs are forgivable. Like, people can cheat. I think couples can work through it. But obviously, if you can't bring up something and it only happened 2 months ago, then how were you ever expected to work through it? I just think you need a little break. Obviously, when you have a child with somebody, you're always going to be in their lives, but I don't think you can just... An affair can come out like this and it be so hurtful, and then like you're trying to carry on with normal life. I think you probably need like a bit of breathing space and also to think clearly. And this is why I friggin' hate men who have affairs when the woman is pregnant or just had a baby, because your hormones are all over the place and it's so unfair. Like, I know somebody close to me that this has happened to, and it's so unfair because your emotions are all over the place anyway. Guys, I'm on my period this week. I'm not the same person, and that's just being on a period. Can you imagine actually having a baby? Well, most of you listening probably have. Like, it messes you up. You've got all these hormones and all these different feelings and emotions, and to do that is so unfair. I think that's just one side of it. It's so unfair to do that to somebody when they haven't even got the right headspace to react, and it's just so disrespectful and so hurtful. Just think in those situations, you've just got to think about yourself. If you are feeling anxious and unhappy every single day, you have to walk away. And it doesn't mean that you don't want to work on. You can still do marriage counselling, but be separated. You can't be on top of each other trying to be normal when there's so much shit around you, like big elephant in the room. I've been in that situation so many times where I've had an issue, whether it's with a boyfriend or a friend, and not said it because I'm like, don't want confrontation or don't like arguing, whatever. It festers and it comes out anyway. It comes out in different ways. So the best thing to do, that's my biggest lesson, is doesn't matter if it turns into an argument. A good relationship should be able to handle arguments. Like, obviously they're unpleasant, but I think one of the good measures actually of a relationship is how you argue. Like, remember I said before, I've been in relationships before where I couldn't even be bothered to argue, and I honestly think that is worse than having one where you're arguing all the time. And best believe I've been in both. But when you're in a relationship and something comes up and they're having an issue with you and you don't even care to argue back, and I mean I was young, but I wouldn't be like it now, but when I was younger, and I would be like, let's just go to sleep, or yeah, whatever, and you just like basically palm everything off because you can't even be bothered to argue. I think that is rock bottom because then you just can't even be asked. The one up from that is the constant arguing over absolutely everything, because that will weigh you down. My God, I've only ever had one relationship like that. So draining. Oh my God, I've never had so many arguments. with one person over mostly the same things, and all of it was like stupid. That was one of my controlling relationships, where it was just like everything was constantly an issue, but there was no issue at all. Like, I remember one time he argued with me because I'd been out. I used to go out with promoters all the time, and I can't even remember who the guy was. Probably like one of the promoters, whatever, just like grabbed my hand and spun me round. It was literally like a nanosecond of the night. Like, didn't even speak to the guy. Even if I did, like, I'm allowed to be spun round and have a little fun time on my night out. Do you know what I mean? Let me dance to Beyonce and just have a nice time. Like, nothing was inappropriate. So anyway, I got spun round. That was it. I carried on my night. He was at home looking at the club's Instagram story, which, if any boyfriend is doing that, by the way, biggest red flag. If they are looking at the social media of where you're at, trying to get a little glimmer of you because they think you're going to be doing something crazy, firstly, big red flag. But secondly, they're going to find something. Because when you're in the trenches like that, looking for something, you'll always find something that you're not happy with. Because it's almost like when you're in that situation, you're almost desperate to find something. Because then it like justifies why you're feeling like that. So that was obviously that's where he was at. And he saw that and he was like, yes, like I knew she would be doing something. It was just constant arguments like that. And oh my God, I mean, never ever again. But it is wild how you end up in those situations because it's never like that to start, you know? It always trickles in slowly, but surely. And then like firstly is kind of masked as they care for you so much. And then slowly but surely, actually, they just don't trust you and they're severely insecure. Also, guys, the most amazing thing happened to me. I've just moved, yeah, and our new flat looks out over the water. And I swear to God, I look up, right? Because I love being by water. One thing about me is I love being by the water, as you know. So I'm always looking out and I saw something in the distance, a little like black thing in the water, and I'm like, what's that? But we know I've been burnt before. I spent 7 days on a cruise, convinced everything I saw was like a dolphin or a whale and it never happened, right? So I'm like, also I'm looking over the river, okay? But I'm like, what's that? I'm home alone. I see it moving. I get up to move closer. I kid you not. A pod of dolphins jumping up and down the water. Now, when you're so speechless, I tried to ring Matt. I was like, oh my God, I didn't know what to do. And I was literally looking around by myself like, I can't believe nobody is here to experience this with me. It was the most unexpected thing and just the most magical thing ever. One of the most magical things that's ever happened to me. Obviously, I Googled it straight away because I was like, I'm not going to lie, I was like, I feel like the chosen one. So I Googled it and it says that seeing dolphins is a powerful spiritual symbol of joy, protection, and divine connection. They appear as spiritual guides, signifying a need to trust your intuition. The fact that happened within days of me moving, I just thought, do you know what? The universe is on my side. And it sent me dolphins to prove it. Anyway, what's happening with Instagram ads at the minute? I was scrolling the other day. I DM'd 3 business pages accidentally without even realising. There's a thing now where when you're scrolling, if your thumb lands a little bit too long on something, on an ad, only an ad, it clicks you in it, and then all of a sudden, I don't even know what's happened. I've sent 3 DMs asking for help. One was a plastic surgeon for a nose job. And then I clicked on it, I'm like, oh no, that's just an ad. And let me doom scroll in peace. Why am I now getting irritated by ads? It's like the whole screenshot feature on the iPhone. Since the iPhone has changed that photo setting, it's an absolute nightmare. You don't know where anything is. All I'm trying to do is screenshot something. I'll screenshot stuff now. I can never find it again. I can see a picture from 2012 come up, but ask me to see a screenshot that I just took. But there's absolutely no chance. Okay, I've got another DM from one of you guys. She said, hey Sadie, I love the pod. I'm binging it at the minute and you're helping me get through my heartbreak. This is my first one, but I pray it'll be my last. Never in my life have I felt more crushed, but most of all helpless. I feel like I can't do anything, and that's the problem. It's so total. I still wake up in my bed sometimes in the middle of the night thinking about how it's all so weird that she used to be in his bed for so many nights without me knowing. And yet when I lay here going through this, I keep thinking that the world goes on and it's like it never really happened. I don't ever want to fall in love again. I don't feel like it's worth it. And I'm not saying that out of bitterness. I know that love can be amazing, but me personally, I do not want to put myself at risk again of feeling this hurt. I know time is the biggest healer, but if you or your listeners have any tips, then please let me know. I feel like we only go through a couple of heartbreaks in our lives. Like, I don't think you feel that intense level of heartbreak with every breakup that you've had. I think there's just a couple, like one or two, that will really just kill you. One of my tips, honestly, for breakups is to just ride through it. Like, there would be times that when I was going through my breakup, I'd be messaging Amelia and I'd just be like, when does this end? How can I stop feeling like this? And I've even got it, with friends, if they're going through something, they'll say the same thing. And when you're in it, you're just like so desperate to not feel like that. And I almost used to like shame myself. I used to be like, why am I still sad over this? I think shaming yourself for feeling like that is obviously going to be worse. Like, it's going to take as long as it takes. If you need to stay in bed, book some time off work. That's another tip. Take some time off work and just go through it. And I kind of like hit any emotion. Like, when you're feeling good, that's the good thing. Like, when you're going through a breakup and you have a day where you feel good, in regular life, it's probably just a normal day, but when you've been so sad, that normal day will have you feeling like you're on top of the world. Like, it gives you so much energy. When you're feeling like that, run, hit it, go and see your friends, go and do everything that you feel like, because they'll be in those moments, you've got to make the most of them. So, yeah, but guys, if you have any tips, then obviously chat in the comments, because I think that would be really nice. Okay, I've got some pod news, and it feels a bit sad, but I know there is going to be for the best. So I've decided to go down to 2 episodes a month. It's something that I've been thinking about. To be completely honest, when I took that time off last year, because I was so burnt out, obviously I was in therapy at the time as well. Oh, which is another thing I recommend. Can't believe I forgot about that, my God. If you were going through a breakup and you were struggling or any hard time, if you can, start therapy, my God. I know it's hard. I think if you're in Wales, you can get it on the NHS. The first time I did it, I had it through the NHS, but I don't know if you can in England. But if you can get it through your work, that would be amazing, through your healthcare. I know it's like a privileged thing, but oh my God, therapy is amazing. Anyway, I was talking to my therapist about it, and I was saying like how burnt out I felt and stuff. And she said, why didn't you do 2 episodes a month? And I was like, no, like nobody else does 2 episodes a month, and people will stop listening and all of that. And I pray that you don't. But I just think that putting them out every week at a lower quality isn't good anyway, because I want this podcast to be so good, and sometimes I have these ideas and things I want to do, and then I just can't execute it fully. And I was also thinking of like people that put out YouTube videos. Like, not everyone does a YouTube video a week. There's some vlogs that I watch, they do them like one a month, one every 3 weeks, and I still watch it. It doesn't need to be every week. So I'm just going to try it. And yeah, obviously then there'll be loads more to catch up on when we speak. Obviously, please still come and chat to me. Send me a DM, I'm at Sadie Maltby, or send me an email, sadie@lovewhatluck.com. Please still come and chat to me and tell me what you're up to and if you've got any stories, because obviously we're still going to chat and hear it all and fill you in. But I think every week, also I know how saturated it is out there, and people probably struggle to listen to me every single week anyway, and are like fall behind. Even my favourite podcast, sometimes I'm like, oh, I've missed it for 2 weeks because like life happens. So I hope you guys will still support me, obviously, because I absolutely love doing this, and I always just want to make it better for everyone, and I feel like this is the right decision, and it's what my gut is telling me. And that I always preach to listen to my gut, and I will follow that intuition to the ends of the earth. Even if it's with no other logic, I'm like, now is the time. So yeah, it feels like the right thing to do now. So I'm going to take a couple of weeks off first because I've got a couple of trips coming up. I'm going to Scotland. This was actually my Christmas present to Matt. And we had to cancel because I booked to go to Scotland for him to play golf, yeah. I booked her in January, guys. Tell me why that's so... Tell me how I was so stupid to do that. The golf course was shut because the weather was that bad. So I think it was just like, because I booked at Christmas time, I just wanted to go straight away. But anyway, we changed it to April, which is far more sensible. So we're going to Scotland for a little staycation, which I'm very excited about. And we're going to Glen Eagles Hotel, which is so exciting. Obviously, I did it so like he could play golf, I'll go to the spa, you know. Yeah, you go and tee off, I'm just going to mooch about and yeah, have a little night in a hotel. So that'll be fun. And then I'm going to New York. I'm going to New York with Renee, which I'm very excited about. We low-key want to find Renee a husband because we just see her with an American guy. Like, I don't know why, I keep seeing, like last year especially, like everyone's having these Nantucket summers, and then in Connecticut and stuff, and I was like, I just see this for you, and she was like, me too. So Renee, we need to find Renee a husband in New York. But yeah, I'm going to go on those trips and then obviously catch you up when I come back. But make sure you're following on Spotify and subscribed on YouTube, because then you'll get the new episode notifications. And obviously come and follow me on social media, because I'm not like disappearing. I'm just having like a little gear switch up. So that's the update, guys. And please come and give me some feedback. Do you like normal chats? Do you want it to be more focused on something? I feel like before I used to get a message and I kind of used to make that the whole episode. Or did I? Like, honestly, sometimes you get so blurred when you're kind of doing this thing and you're by yourself. So yeah, if you've got any feedback, then please come and let me know. I know I need to get more guests on as well, so... I just feel like with having the gap of the week in between, it'll give me a little bit more breathing space and time to think of different things. But yeah, come and let me know your thoughts and come and chat to me. As always, I really appreciate it. And thank you so much for listening and supporting. And I'll speak to you in a couple of weeks.